evening, Jim. WW7N.
Hi, Jim. Do you know if anyone else is out here in 7QO?
HYB?
KD7QKU. WB7BHN.
Well, there's 5 of us.
Outstanding. Anyone want to run the net?
See.
I'll do it if you want, K7HYB.
Okay, thanks, Gary.
I gotta get a notepad and my glasses on. This is 217 Hotel Yankee Bravo / Alpha Echo. And good evening to all. It is time for the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net. This net meets twice a week on Wednesday night and Saturday night from 8 till 9 p.m. And we transmit analog TV signals through our repeater on Cougar Mountain with 434 input and a 1.25325.25 output crossband repeater. And with that in mind, we'll start taking check-ins. James, I'll start with you. I got W7N. Anybody else?
And 7QO.
WB7BHN.
In 7KC, Port Angeles.
Okay. I think I got everybody that's on. It's nice to hear a nice turnout tonight. It's nice for me to be back. I've been in and out. It seems like I'm always cranking up something. Let me throw my carrier on here. There we go. What? Oh, it didn't say transmit. There we go. The latency isn't too bad tonight, believe it or not. And get the mug shot here. Anyway, I have WU7N and 7QO, WB7BHN, K7QKU, and N7KC. Anybody else on frequency?
K7SLH, Kilo Delta 7 Sierra Lima Hotel, in and out.
Okay. I need to hang around if you like to. K7 SLH, K7HYB, what's the handle there?
Mobile handheld over 5 watts. Little Yaesu. Back to you.
Roger, I caught that. Did they get the call sign, Ryan? Kilo Delta 7 Sierra Charlie Hotel?
Kilo Delta 7 Sierra Lima Hotel.
Oh, QSL, Roger. I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry if I messed that up. And what's the handle there, over? Yeah, you're pretty scratchy there. I didn't quite catch that. Did anybody else copy that?
No, he's not bringing the repeater up and holding it all the time. He goes away there part of the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand that, Jim. He may not have the right PL possibly. Anyway, he said he was in and out, so we'll mark that up. Anybody else on frequency for the Washington Amateur Television Society? Come now, please. Hearing none. I will start the net off with James. W7N. What have you got for us? You got any video tonight for us, Jim?
Well, I've seen a very nice signal from you tonight, Gary, receiving. I'm not transmitting a video signal tonight. Your signal looks pretty good, and of course, Ron's has always looked excellent. Tonight, the question I have from the group is, I got a little converter box that's supposed to take an HDMI signal from a computer and make it into an NTSC or a PAL signal. NTSC is, I think, the one we use. And it comes with its little USB power cable that you plug into a USB slot, which I guess powers it. I guess you need another HDMI cable to actually get a signal to it, because all I can get out of it is color bars. So if anyone's had any experience getting a signal from a computer into a NTSC video format, I'd be interested to hear how you do it tonight. So that's my first question of the evening. This is James, WU7N, back to net.
WU7N, Kilowatt 7 Hotel Yankee Bravo. I've had some experience with that. In fact, I've got one here that I'm using from my Surface to just such a converter box. I'm surprised that if you buy it, I don't know if that connector has that cable has the DTMI connector on it. Mine happen to have one of the miniature ones. So, anyway, we'll toss it around one time, and then we'll see what else we got here. Covington Jim, your next step. And 7QO K7HYB.
N7QO. Thank you, Gary. Well, Jim, I wish I could help you with that. I do not have any such creature. I have looked on the internet for something. I do not have a computer which has an HDMI output. Oh, my work computer might, but I'm not real sure about that. But I need to obtain one of the devices which will convert a VGA to NTSC. And I saw one on the internet somewhere. Kind of forgot to buy it. It seems like it didn't need anything else. It did not require an extra power supply that I recall. So no USB plug-in. But I don't know. I wish I could help you. I was not aware that those things could generate color bars. So I'm intrigued by that. Lots of different stuff on the market. Maybe you could find a manual online for that device. Don't have any other suggestions on that. Maybe someone else out there who is more into that can help. I've been meaning for quite some time to be able to put a computer on the air. Reset. But unfortunately, I don't have a computer in the shack here full time, so haven't been successful with that yet. But one of these days I will get there. So good luck with that. Guess I'll pass it back to you, Gary, and 7QO.
And we got the reset tone, and the repeater's had its say. is well, it's below average tonight. Yours is usually a little better than this, but anyway. So let's pick up Rochester, Jim. He's the next on the list. You got any feedback there, James? WB7BHN, K7HYB.
WB7BHN. Well, I'm batting, his problem is there he's got to tell his computer which USB port he's using and have some sort of application on it to send images to his box, and without an image, the box probably just sends that color bar that's probably stored within the box that he's got there, and it sends that. I would bet, though, you're going to have some sort of an application on your computer that at least tells the USB port that you're trying to send something to it. It doesn't do it on its own. You got to have even an application or a driver when you hook a printer or something up to it. Net controller, WB7BHN.
Yeah, you got walked on by the Tiger Mountain repeater ID there, Jim. Yeah, well, when my turn comes around, I'll advance on that. Ron, you're next on the line. Up to you. KD7QKU, K7HYB with N7Q. Or N7KC on the side, just a K7HYB.
Okay, well, good evening, everyone. This is KD7QKU. I trust everyone had a nice Sunday, a good Easter Sunday. We had lunch here, so we had a pretty good time. Then we went over to my sister-in-law, who turned 92, so we said happy birthday to her. And I had a phone call, well, I don't know if it was Sunday, thereabouts. I had a phone call from Richard, K7ITX, and his father-in-law's funeral is tomorrow. So he was kind of caught up in all that, said so he wouldn't be able to do anything with the repeater until maybe next week or so. So I'll have to wait till we hear from him. So that's about all I got. So let's go over to the what Mr. Neeson.
Okay. This is N7KC, Lee in Port Angeles. A very good evening to Robert, James, and the Rochester Jim, Covington Jim, and Gary. Thank you for doing the match. So, you know what I'd really love to have, what I better do is to turn down that volume. I won't get any feedback. I'd sure like to have a set of headphones for my Samsung S5 that have a boom mic on it so that I could, get a really nice little noise ratio. Right now, the microphone, I don't know whether I'm actually... Ron's got me up or not. The internet is very, very slow tonight. Anyway, the microphone that I'm using, I don't know, possibly you can see me. Anyway, it's a little tiny thing. It's an inline sort of thing that dangles down below your chin. It thinks it works, but I just really would like to have earphones with a little mic. These little earbuds, they just want to pop out. Okay, well, I started my timer over here with the foot switch and all that, and that's chugging away. I tell you the truth, I started to use my 570 again, my TS 570, and there was so much electrical noise in the shack and around the house that I had no sensitivity. So basically what I had to do was to start unplugging and turning things off till I figured out what the noise things were. Once you know, my little metronome makes some electrical noise on some bands. So generally I have it turned off. Okay, that's it from here. This is N7KC. I'm Lee, and I'm in Port Angeles. Send it back to Gary. Go, Gary.
Okay, Lee, and 7KC with KD7QKU. Providing the video, this is K7HYB. And good evening all. I'll take a break here before I get my 2 bits worth in. It's a quarter after, and see if there's anybody else who would like to check in. This is Kilowatt 7 Hotel Yankee Bravo / Alpha Echo. Looking for check-ins for the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net. Please come now. Okay, looks like I've got all we're going to get tonight. At least for the moment anyway. And good evening all. I'm glad to be back. I have had several issues of my own here that have taken up my time. Jim in Covington. There is nothing more important than ham radio, unless it happens to be family stuff. And that took the precedence, so that's where I'm at right now. There we go, finally. Okay. No color tonight. No, I did see a little purple earlier. Let me get the light shot here. Whoa. What the heck is going on here? Oh, that's the 440 side. Okay. I got to do a bad handy talking here, and the 440 side talks to me every once in a while. Gives me a pain in the whatever. There we go. That's better. Get the lighting set up properly here. Yeah, I've been kind of tied up with other issues. We had a little bunch here with some friends and neighbors last Sunday. Had a nice visit with everybody. Got to see some friends and a couple of enemies. And I was going to Covington Jim, I was going to tell you that I don't know if you get a chance to, let me drop it here. If you get a chance to go up to Bedco or look on their site. And what the heck is going on here? Oh, alright, I don't know. Well, video game's up all the way from as far as it'll go. Anyway, go to Bedco, BETCO, and look on their website. They have all kinds of that kind of gadgetry. Just amazing. They're probably not the best price around, but at least I'm sure you'll find something there that will meet your need. That's a thought there for you. Anyway, and I'm just looking at the streaming, and the picture, yeah, I thought I had enough light here, but I guess not. Whatever. Let's go back to the top of the list. I'm kind of dried out right at the moment, and we'll let James have at it, take his shot. And I do have some input for you on your situation too, James. I have one of those devices that was given to me by Bob, and it plugs directly into the DTI in a port on my computer. Maybe you don't have one on your computer, but it will power it. Will also send. It don't need any software or anything like that. It will power it and send video right directly to that device and come out STC. So, just a thought there. Back to you, down to you, Jim. James, WSU7N, K7HYB.
Well, thank you, Gary, and others for your comments. The little box I have here is I got off Amazon, although Vetco, I'm sure, must have something similar. And it's specifically built to take an HDMI signal and turn it into an NTSC or PAL signal. The company is GANA. And the box is smart enough, I figured out just in the time we're talking here, it's got 2 little cables that go in and one that goes out. The one that goes out, of course, supplies the video signal. Okay, long squelch tail tonight. Anyway, the cable goes out, supplies the video signal. This particular box apparently needs a USB input just to supply power, and then there's a special HDMI cable, and I see on my most modern laptop of my computer collection here there is an HDMI output, so I'll have to go scrounging around the garage and see if I can find the correct little cable for HDMI input and output. And the box is smart enough that if it doesn't get that HDMI, it throws the color bars up and then says no signal in the lower left-hand corner in English. Which is pretty amazing because there's some really funny grammatical errors in these little instructions sheet that comes with it. So it's always fun to get this stuff and play with it and try and make it work. So anyway, thank you for the thoughts on that. One thing about the Saturday meeting, I will probably not be able to make it. So I just wanted everyone to know about that. And other than that, let me turn it back to Ned, WU7N.
Yeah, WU7N, K7HYB, and just a reminder, I hope everybody got the email, but there will be a meeting for the annual election of officers for the Western Washington Amateur Golf Society. I understand we have three positions up for election. And I don't remember what they are right now. Vice President, I believe, in that old position, too. My position is up. Anyway, so, yeah, I really think if you find the HDMI cable, you'll find that it'll also power it. That particular, well, maybe not. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. The box I've got here is MINI. And it does have a separate power port, mini USB port for. Oops, somebody turned the camera on. Somebody turned the internal camera on in the shop or as a repeater. Anyway, so it does have a separate port. I was just looking at it, James, just to clarify that, and I was mistaken on that. Anyway. Let's let Jim have his hack at it there. N7QO, K7HYB, your turn. Okay, that sounded like the link there. Thank you, Gary, N7QO. Well, let's see here. Lee, I don't like earbuds either. I wish I had some suggestion on a decent headset, but I don't. I don't like earbuds, but your microphone sounds just fine. Gary, I have issues as well. I had one friend die on the 28th. I had one friend die on the 29th. I have another friend who recently got a new knee, and my wife and I are checking in on that person, so we're kind of tied up. I think this weekend is going to work for me, but I honestly have not checked with my wife on that as of yet. Reset. Gary, on your last picture, it just looked like you needed a little more light in the shack there. But then, too, I don't really get the best pictures over here. I certainly cannot recognize myself, but that's another issue. Also, thank you for the suggestion about Vetco. I actually went to Fry's one day, and someone told me they used to sell that, but they no longer do. So I haven't tried Vetco, but I would bet it's available from several different sources online. Probably Amazon or someone has it. But thanks for that suggestion about Vetco. I've been meaning to make a trip there. Let's see. Reset. Yeah, also I missed Saturday,
the net. My wife and I were doing a little something for Easter, a little church thing. So, kind of missed that. You might notice now I'm not wearing a jacket here in the shack. Last couple of nets I forgot to turn on the heat until late in the day. So I came down to the shack and it was pretty cold. Well, today I remembered to turn on the heat. So right now it's showing 81 degrees in the shack. And I'm showing 47 outside. It's been raining intermittently most of the day. Probably stopped raining here about 2 hours ago, but everything's wet and damp. But anyway, back to you, Gary, and 7QO.
And 7QO, kilowatt 7 Hotel Yankee Bravo. Yeah, thank you for those thoughts, James. Jim, you know, it's kind of like, Vesco's kind of like eBay, you know. They don't have everything, but they have damn near everything. I found a lot of stuff down there that I need to run my business with, so I get there quite a bit. I try to get down there at least once a month. Anyway, we're up to Rochester Jim. His turn coming around. Have at it there, Rochester Jim, K7HYB.
WB7BA10. Well, I'm gonna listen to all this tonight. It's real interesting. It'd be nice if they can figure out how to get that box broken. It sounds like it only supplies power off the USB port, so what I said would not apply to it at all. I've got to find out with this digital equipment that I've got if I can put a 1080 HDMI signal into it, convert that to 480 and send to this digital, and then have the other box, the receiver, convert that 480 into 1080 or 720 or something, and display it on the monitor. I think that's the way the stuff's supposed to work, but otherwise I'll have to put a composite video in, and then it's got inputs for that too, so it can be done, but it's a little less convenient to get the composite video out of my little handheld camcorder there than it is just to run an HDMI cable out of there. But let's get a little warmer here, maybe in a few months. I thought it should be warm enough by now, but it's taking the sweet time. The only way we'll turn it back to Gary and Net there, WB7BHN.
WB7BHN, K7HYB. And I will take it that you don't plan to come up for Saturday. Is that Roger?
Yeah, that's correct. I figure I may make it a couple times a year or something, but it's a long ways. It didn't take so long to get up there the last time, but I hit a lot of traffic coming home, so I didn't really plan on it anyway. WB7BHN.
Well, I understand that, and I don't fault you for it at all. I live a lot closer than you do, and sometimes I feel like getting out and going. So, anyway, haven't heard from Bob. He's going to host the meeting, so I'm going to assume that we're still on based on the emails that he sent us in the past. Unless somebody's heard otherwise, you might let me know, or let us all know here. Ron, up to you there. KD7QKU with N7KC on the 5K7HYB.
W7HYB, W7WWI. Could you give me a call when you get through with the net?
I would be happy to. You want to be on frequency, or you want me to call you on the phone?
if you still have my phone number, I'll give it to you, but I'd like to chat with you on the phone.
Okay, yeah. I'll be hanging around after the net, and I'll get it from you then. Is that all right?
That's just fine.
Okay, Roger. Ron, yeah, you're up there. KD7QKU, K7HYB.
K7HYB in the group, KD7QKU. Well, I did fail to mention I got a text message from Bob before the net started, and he said that he wouldn't be with us tonight, but that he would be looking forward to seeing us all on Saturday, so he said he would be happy, to host the meeting, so he'll be there. I don't know if Jim down in Rochester can see the streaming or not, but I'm the one that put the Cougar Mountain repeater site on the air, and Jim, if you saw it, the big cabinet on the right-hand side in the far corner, that's our repeater. I noticed the door and everything is just the same, so there hasn't been anything done up there like that. And I think Rich was on here the other day saying the same thing. So far there hasn't been any movement, maybe not even any thought. I don't know. So I think everything's the same. So let's see, Jim, 970, I have 46 degrees here, 46.4. And I have had 2,800 for the insurance. It didn't rain in the morning, but it sure started to rain in the afternoon. Been kind of under the weather all day. Oh, my signal's okay. All right, well, let's go over and find Lee.
Okay, this is Lee, M7KC in Port Angeles. Yeah, real good. I like W7WWI, Gary. I haven't heard him or talked to him in a long time, so if you're listening, Gary, hi there. Way down south, I assume. Let's see, what's going on here? Well, I don't have any videos here really to put up, and I'm really dangerous. I put 2 minutes and 45 seconds on the timer, so we'll see how that goes. I seem to get if I listen real close, I think I can hear the timer reset. Jim, N7QO. You know what? And I was just looking around here on the computer, which when I'm watching the YouTube stream, I can just click on another tab. I went to Amazon, and darn if I didn't find a headphone set with a boom mic for about under $8. And I put it in the cart, so I'm gonna purchase one of those and see how that works. I'm getting back, getting my high frequency stuff here to go. I've got about 25 feet of wire dangling out the window and so forth, and I'm hearing CW on 80 meters back last night from Pennsylvania and whatnot, and I'm routinely getting a lot of stuff from Southern California. So I got the ladder line came the other day, 100 foot of it, and I'm going to try to get a decent antenna up here and see if I can do some of that. So I'm back on the CW kick here, and I can still do 25, but I used to be able to go 30 and 35. I can't do that anymore, and I don't know if I just don't know whether it's in me to get there. But I'm lucky to be able to do what I can do, I guess. Anyway, that's it from here, N7KC in Port Angeles. Back to Ned.
Lee, if you can do 25 at your age, the last time I was able to do 20 was when I passed my conditional license, and that was over 50 years ago. I'll tell you how good my CW is. Next to nothing. Anyway, it's just a little past the bottom of the hour, and I'll identify this as the Washington Amateur Television Society Net, and we meet on this repeater every Saturday and every Wednesday from 8 till 9 p.m. And I'll see if there's anybody else on the net who would like to check in at this time. This is K7HYB. Hearing none, I will take my turn, I guess. Pull my carrot. There we are. Get the mug shot on. I put on a little more light, so hopefully that'll, well, I don't know. I'm not having a whole lot of luck. Let's try the mug shot, see if that works any better. That's better. And you're right, I think I do need a little more light, probably, Jim. I'm doing this good. But the latency when I first signed on tonight wasn't too bad, but boy, it's really gotten bad. It's really gotten mucky now, so it's anywhere between 3 and 5 minutes, it seems like. And I really don't have too many more comments here, other than for Bill and Jim or James. Like I said, I've got one of those boxes myself. Takes the HDMI, turns it into NTSC or PAL, and I was looking at it here, and it does have a separate power connection, which I had forgotten. It's just laying up here on my workbench, and I really don't pay a whole lot of attention to it. But let's see. Oh, that's the carrier. There's the. I don't know if you can see that or not. But that's the signal coming from my Citrus 3 that is connected to that box, and then that's going into that video switcher and sending it out to the transmitter. And I guess it's doing it fairly. I don't know what the quality of the signal is down there, but probably not too terribly good, because it's lousy coming back from the repeater on the live side, and then it's going right back to the repeater on the 440 side, and the path isn't too good there. So enough of that stuff. Anyway, let's go back to the mug shot. So I'm looking forward to the meeting. Hopefully we'll be able to get our business done in a reasonable amount of time. I don't know whether I'm going to go down for breakfast or not. I'm generally there by myself, and I can eat breakfast here and then go to the meeting. And I may do that this time. I don't know, but I usually go down to grocery free before the meeting and have breakfast. They open the bar at 9 o'clock, and I get in there right at 9 o'clock. Anyway, that's all the comments I have for the moment. Time out. James, it's your turn. Did I time it out?
Yeah, you did, Gary. I didn't know if you were finished there. You just the repeater shut you down there.
Okay, you got it.
This is James, WW7N, and thank you everyone for your comments tonight. I think I see what I have to do. I don't know how long this box will last. I think this is the exact same one that Bob K9C2 used. His died. I can kind of see why, because I didn't have this thing plugged in for very long, and it actually was, I could feel it was warming up in my hand. That's usually never good for semiconductor electronics. Maybe I'll drill a couple holes in it and put a fan on it. I don't know. So, well, anyway, I also sent something to you, Jim, on the VGA to NTSC converter. It looks like a pretty fancy box, but we're getting pretty pricey there. They want $16 for that baby. And interesting that you were able to find a headset for $8 or $9. The problem with Amazon is, of course, you need to get a certain number of bucks for that free shipping. I think that's where they get us all. I ordered some RG8X cable, looked like a really good deal, to get above my shipping amount, and then that vendor died out on me and said they didn't have any more in stock, but I still got the free shipping. So I noticed there's some ladder line by MJF, Lee. Maybe you could order that, and if it comes, you get ladder line. If it doesn't, you get free shipping anyway. Well, anyway, time's 8:42. Let me hand it back to Net Control. This is James, WW7N, for the Western Washington Amateur Television Society.
WW7ATS, Kilowatt 7, Hotel Yankee Bravo, Net Control for Western Washington Amateur Television Society. And Covington Jim, you're up next, N7QO.
N7QO. Thank you, Gary. Well, thanks, Jim. $16, that's not too bad. I can manage that as a one-time expense. Yeah, that's, let's see. Lee, yeah, $8. You know, now that I think about it, I got a corded headset for my old Samsung phone, Samsung cell phone several years ago. I don't know where it is, but it seems to me I got it from a local place like, I don't know, maybe Fred Meyer had it here, and I don't know what you have up there, if it's a Fred Meyer, maybe there's a Radio Shack, or maybe a Walmart up there. For that matter, even a drugstore might be worth checking out, and that way you'd be assured of not spending money for postage anyway. Reset. Gary, your picture looks a whole lot better with the light. Your face shot looks real good. I even got a splash of color on you a couple of times there. I have no color on myself whatsoever right now, but that's another issue. I will not plan to do breakfast. If I make it to the meeting, I will not plan to do breakfast, but just go directly to the meeting. And spend a few extra moments with my wife in the morning. But not decided yet if I'm going to be able to make it there or not. So we'll see what happens. K7HYB and 7QO.
And 7QO, K7HYB. Well, I apologize to the group for talking the repeater out. That wasn't very nice of me. But anyway, we did have, I did have a conversation with one fellow here a couple of weeks ago that was interested in getting into TV. He lives up above Lake Washington with a nice clean sight of the shot at the repeater. I haven't done a profile on his location yet, but I have a general idea where he's at. Anyway, I thought maybe he might be checking in here, and as Ron, I guess based on what Ron said, we're not making any real moves on the equipment in Tacoma, and we don't have any solid information on what's going on as far as the move at Cougar Mountain is concerned. So I guess if that stuff presents itself, we will act on it. So anyway, let's pick up on next go around. KD7QKU, your turn. K7HYB.
Isn't it Jim down in Rochester?
I'm sorry, you're right. I jumped over the top of him. Thank you. 5 Damaris, James, or Jim. WB7VHN, K7HYB, your turn.
WB7BHN. Well, if you jump over me, that's all right. As long as you don't jump on me, that might hurt a little bit. Well, pictures of the repeater finally came up on my computer here, so the latency is extremely long here tonight, but as much as the computer's been trying to update the images, it's no wonder it took that long. It was just probably 2 minutes before was turned over to me that those images finally came up on the computer. And Ron is the only one that's got an image good enough for me to really see much there tonight. The rest of them maybe P2, P3 at best. They're pretty bad images tonight. But I don't know, part of that could be because of the time it takes to update it and everything. I don't know if that really affects it or not, but not very good images tonight. It's too bad because I enjoy looking at them when I can see them. But the images of the repeater rack there was actually pretty good. It would have been nice to have a little closer up view of it so I could see what was in it, but I got to see it anyway, and that wasn't bad. So with that, we'll turn it back to them. WB7BHN.
WB7BHN, K7HYB, net control. Yeah, and I see Ron's got his video up. So, and he's coming through about a P2, 2.5, but I'm looking at the live side here, coming in on 1.2 gig, and the streaming is much better than that for Ron. So your turn, Ron. Pick it up there. K7QKU, K7HYB.
K7HYB in the group, KV7QKU. Well, Jim, down in Rochester, it was on the right-hand side of the building, and it has a glass door and a kind of light-colored cabinet. And then some of our stuff is still in one of the cabinets over on the left-hand side. Well, let's see. I probably should have taken a picture, but I don't know if anybody'd be interested. But I have, a couple of boats. So I have a little 12-foot linear boat that's on a trailer. And I'm just thinking about going fishing with it. I'm getting so my balance isn't too good anymore, and sometimes I have to walk down the tongue and get on the trailer in order to lift the bow, line on the rope, onto the boat in order to winch it onto the trailer. So I decided I'd put a board on top of it. I put a 8-inch wide board, about 1 inch thick on top of the tongue. I didn't have any plywood, so I had to use the board. And then I put 2 2x6s. You know how a boat trailer kind of wides. It comes down from the tongue and then it wides out to each side of the wheel. And then there's a couple of crossers. So I put a 2x6, but I have some 2x6. I put one on each side so the keel wouldn't hit it. And now I can walk on 2 2x6s, so I think it's going to be a lot better. Because the last few times I used the boat, if I wasn't careful, I fell off and got my feet wet. So I don't want to do that. I usually have no finish. So I think it's going to be a lot better. It's easy to get the boat off the trailer. There's no problem. Just back up and stop. The boat, rolls right off the trailer. But you have to walk down the trailer hook to put the line on to come back and winch it back on. All right. Well, that's my source of speed. So let's see. That is magnifying glasses on. So let's go and see what this does.
Okay, N7KC in Port Angeles here. Please. Well, Ron mentioned I had my magnifiers on. I don't know if you guys are familiar with them, but from West Mountain Radio, you can buy what's called a watt meter. WHATT, I think it is, meter. And it's just the quickest darn thing. Well, it turns out I've had one for years that works like $1 million, and then a couple of years, actually 4 years ago, I think I hooked it to a solar cell. It was inside, it wasn't in the sun, and I'll be darned if I didn't do it backwards. Well, this beautiful little $60 meter is no longer. And you know, it didn't. I happened to have it out of its box and was looking, trying to figure out what I could do to maybe resurrect it, thinking there might be a microfuse or some such in there. But I can't find a thing. So I sent an email to the company that makes it. It's a place called Astroflight. It's actually a gadget that's made for RC flying. You can get it with, I got it with power poles, but they have all kinds of RC connectors and so forth that go on it for guys that like to fly the airplanes and helos and whatnot. And I asked them if they fixed them, or if there was a schematic available or something like that. And they didn't even have the courtesy to answer my email. So I think that is a no. Anyway, it's a really, really nice. But boy, I'll tell you, hook it up backwards, even on a solar panel in the dark, although it's room lighting, and it took it out. So it's pretty sensitive in that sense. Okay, well, I don't have anything else to say, so I guess I'll send it back to Ness. This is 7KC, Lee in Port Angeles. Go ahead, Gary.
And 7KC with 87QKU providing the video. This is Kilowatt 7 Hotel Yankee Bravo / Alpha Echo. Net control for the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net. And thank you all for jumping in tonight. We've had some lively discussions. Just to let you know, I now have a quadcopter with live video feed, and as soon as I learn how to fly it halfway decent, I'm going to take some video. Of course, the big problem I have here is that I don't have a very good signal into the repeater, so you can't really see very well what's going on even in the video. But one of the things that I plan on doing, I'm going to drop it here, one of the things I plan on doing is buy one of these streamers like Bob's got and set it up so that I can get it directly into the repeater through the internet. And I wonder if we could, my thoughts have been all along that I'd like to get full-time streaming for the repeater. So, like all the other the ATV repeaters are around the world, a good many of them, especially the ones in England and Australia and stuff like that. They seem to have live feeds, and you can clutch into them all the time. And I kind of like to do that here. But anyway, that's a work in progress. We'll talk more about that on Saturday. I'm going to probably have a little conversation with Gary tonight. I'll see what he wants. Anyway, Lee's finally come up on the screen. Let me drop it here. And it's getting toward the top of the hour. I think we will pass it around one more time for the 73 round, and we will call it a night. So, James, up to you. W7NK7H4B.
Okay, well, thank you for everyone's comments. Certainly appreciate everyone turning out tonight. I'll try and have a video signal up Saturday evening, and hope the meeting goes well. This is James, W7N73s. Everybody have a good rest of your week.
Yeah, get it cooking there, Jim. Like to see your signals again. You have one of the better shots here. As the weather's coming up, I'm going to try and get my son to come out here and help me relocate some antennas, see if I can't get a better shot into the repeater here. So, Covington Jim, your turn, N7QO K7H4B.
N7QO. Thank you, Gary. Well, the device to which you are referring, Gary, is something which I considered myself. I have not written it off yet, but Bob explained that it's not quite as simple as one might think. He said it's something which Rob will need to go to your QTH to set up somehow. And then the system can only accommodate one of those inputs at a time. So we would need to come up with some sort of switching protocol to accomplish that. But anyway, on Saturday, you can speak with Bob, and I'm sure he'll fill you in on that. So with that, I guess it's time to say goodnight to everyone. Thank you all for participating. Thank you for the pictures. Thank you for hosting the net, Gary. And I hope to see everyone Saturday morning, but maybe not. And then see you Saturday evening. Good night, all. N7QO.
N7QO, Kilowatt 7 Hotel Yankee Bravo. And, it would be nice to see you, Jim. If you can make it, God willing, we'll look forward to communicating with you. And yes, I have talked with some great extent. I have to get the device first, and then I'll work on getting it done. So that is on my bucket. It is on my list. It's not number one, but it's out there. So anyway, Covington Jim, or not Covington Jim, Rochester Jim, your turn. K7HYB.
WB7BHN. Well, the computer, or the repeater rack came up a second time on my streaming here, so I got to look at it twice. That was a nice deal. And I could see the rack that Ron was talking about, and the rack on the left there that he said I think some of our stuff is in, but it takes up quite a bit of space in that rack, because we must have quite a bit of equipment in there. But anyway, it'd be nice one of these days maybe I can get up there and look at it. It'd be fun to see it. And we'll say 73 to everybody. It's been fun. That's an interesting night. WB7BHN.
WB7BHN, K7HYB. Got the long smoke tail here there. Anyway, KD7QKU, Ron, your turn.
Okay. K7HYB, 87QK. All right, well, I'm just going to say 73s, I guess, and look forward to seeing everybody on Saturday that can make it. Saturday, so let's go over to Lee.
Rick, W7WWI.
Go ahead, Gary.
Yeah, there's two guys on here that I'd like to get in touch with. The one that has the wire loop, and the other fellow that lives down in Rochester. I'm just up here a little bit by the fire station on Little Rock Road, but I wanted to also talk to the guy that had the loop. I have a 540-foot loop and a tuner, and I wanted to talk to him for a few minutes.
Okay, well, we'll get him to hang around after the net here, Gary, and after I pick up the information I need from you, we can, I'm sure that Rochester Jim will be able to be more than happy to help you out. Lee, go ahead and wrap it up.
Okay, N7KC, Lee in Port Angeles. Well, 73, looks to me like we probably run over a little bit. Let's see, Gary, W7WWI. Oh my gosh, well, we've chatted a couple of times on the phone, and me and a couple other fellows came down to your picnic. Oh boy, now it's been probably 5 or 6 years ago in the summertime and all that, so maybe that'll jog your memory there. But listen, I don't have a loop antenna. I just have about 25 feet of hookup wire tossed out the window here and tied off to the garage. And I've got some refinements that are coming pretty quick, but even with that little bit of wire, things are looking pretty good. I think I'm going to have a lot of fun. Okay, let's see. 7th Street guys, good net, enjoyed it, and I'll Skype in on Saturday to the meeting, and we'll see you then. This is N7KT. I'm Lee, and I'm in Port Angeles. Back to Gary.
Okay, very good. I had picnics a long time ago, but we kept getting calling to tell us that they were coming. So, plus it takes a lot of work to put it up. I enjoy doing it, but it's and I had a heart attack in September, so I had to cut off everything for a while. But I'm back to normal now and doing a lot of things. So. Everything is good and getting stronger all the time. Anyway, let's see, the other station down in Rochester, this WW7WI.
Gary, let me close the net here and then we can talk.
Roger.
Thank you very much. N7KC with KD7QKU, K7HYB. And this is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society guys. We're a little over tonight. We apologize to the owners and operators of the 14708 machine that allow us to use this frequency for the audio portion of our video telecasting, whatever. And so we want to thank them publicly for their support. And appreciate the time that they allow us to use here. With no further comment, I guess we'll close the net out. This is at 9:02. And thank you again to everybody for participating. We'll see those of you who can make it on Saturday. K7HYB, net is closed.
W7WWI, WB7BHN.
WB7BHS. I think I got that correct. Go ahead.
That's WB7 Whiskey Bravo. I gotta get it right. Whiskey Bravo 7 Bravo Hotel November. And did you say you live up in Little Rock, just a little bit north of me?
Yeah, right. It's just about 3 miles from downtown Little Rock, past the big fire station. It's between 104th and 110th. I'm just right there at the about 104th.